Todd Miller with D'Addario Strings, and welcome back to Guitar 101. This is lesson 11.4. We're going to apply the CAGED shapes in a little different way. What we're going to do now is we're going to kind of think vertically on our resource, on our scale sheet. Instead of thinking horizontally and thinking of all the shapes using one idea, for example, all of the major scale shapes or all of the major pentatonic scale shapes, we're going to think vertically and think, okay, in one position, I can play my D major chord shape, I can play my D major scale, and I can play my D major pentatonic scale. So I get maybe my three most valuable resources for learning music, for playing music, for improvising music, all in the same location. Okay, so let's do that once again. Let's back to our old friend, the key of D major. And let's use the C shape. So we're going to basically, if you're looking at your document, you're going to see those first three shapes running vertically on the page. The C major chord shape, the C major scale shape, and the C major pentatonic shape, all in the key of D. All right, so here is my C major chord shape in the key of D. And then I've got my C major scale shape in the key of D. And then I've got my C major pentatonic shape in the key of D. So if I was improvising or trying to figure something out, I have all those resources right there at my disposal. I might be trying to figure out a lick that's based on an arpeggio, which is an idea where we take the chord and we play the notes melodically. So we're going to, instead of playing the notes as a chord, we're going to play them one at a time. It's called an arpeggio. It's also maybe approaching a chord melodically. A great example of this is an old Allman Brothers tune called Jessica. So hopefully you can kind of see that first part of that lick, it wasn't completely a major chord, it wasn't a complete arpeggio, but it used the arpeggio quite a bit to create the sound. So hopefully you can kind of see that little piece of the chord shape in there. If we're going to do a major scale, we could use that to create some ideas or to figure some ideas out. So it gives us kind of a different sound, okay? And then finally, we've got all of our major pentatonic ideas right there under our fingers. So I've got all three of those resources kind of right there at my disposal. So if I want to create more of a pentatonic sound, I can use that. If I want to make an idea or use an idea that's based more on a chord, I can use that, or I've got my major scale. So once again, we want to do this in all five positions. So you want to take what we just did and apply it to each different shape. So we did it in the C shape. We'll do one more example. We'll do it using the A shape. So I can play my D major chord using the A shape. I can play my D major scale. And I can use my A major pentatonic scale shape in the key of D. So once again, I have all three of those resources right there at my disposal. And so I encourage you to use this as you're trying to learn music also. You might go, that really sounds like a major pentatonic lick. It has more of that kind of open pentatonic quality. Or you might say, well, that really sounds more like a chord. You know, the notes are further apart, and it's more like maybe a broken chord. Or you might hear more of a melodic quality like a major scale. So you can start hearing kind of, oh, that sounds like a major scale lick. I know how to get that sound. Or it might sound like a pentatonic lick. Or it might sound more like an arpeggio. Something that's more based on a chord shape. So hopefully that gets you going and takes your caged understanding to the next level. Once again, it's always about applying it and using it. That's where it's going to really make sense and really take you to the next level as a player. So good luck, go practice, and work hard.